Welcome. Sorry if that was a bit loud. Welcome to OSCFM19 demo edition. All aboard. Tunes and me. Hope you're all having a good day. It is currently 9 minutes past 1. And this is actually OSCFM19 demo edition version 2 due to some microphone issues. But you know what? We've moved on. We don't need that. That's in the past. And also, it's kind of imaginary now. So, we will move on from it. Here's a tune to get us started. And if you are happening to listen to this at 1:10, and you have to be off in about, 2 minutes 41, head off after this tune. This is Gigs.
Go. If you're talking the hardest, gigs better pop up in your thoughts as an artist. Jeez. Taunt in the market, everybody wants to know where walk in the park is. Walk in the party, sporting Armani. Half of the crowds all snorting my Charlie. Sorted the bar, time to sort the panani. Chicks looking at me like, talk to me darling. Hollering at man, winking, smiling and wanna attack man. I think these lighties loving my black gang. Everyone's suit same colour as Batman's. Flipping like a quarter or a brick. Bag 28 with the thought of a jib. Anybody thinks they can talk to my clip, well then I'm covered in red like a portion of chips. Pour me a drink. Big fur jacket, that's the thoughts of a pimp. I used to be quiet, did that sort anything? So I had to run right when I bought me a ting. Walk with my ting, peddling morphine. Them times there, I was licking out more green. Skip couple years, 07 the story. Now I'm hollow man in some heavy Dior jeans. Bitch niggas looking for glory. Wanna be peace so they can tell you a story. It'll get bloody and it'll get gory. Clapped in the net like a mandarin saw free. Yeah, I got my something there upon me. So much straps, I'll have a weaponry orgy. Feds try and nick me for a murder, but it could have been the man that had the weapon before me. Be white green, I'll be peddling all free. Drop P a box, it was just under 4G. Jeez. I told him weigh the 10's at 2 grams, and weigh the 8's about 4G. Bad man's on the block, Spender, Young Gigs, Mantis and Rocks. TB, Tiny, Carlton and Jim Jones holding it down while they handle the clock. Pussy O's got my man them a lot. Straps we handle a lot. Claps your man them and what? Me and you are cool but you can stand there and watch. My PYGs I put their hands on your watch. Be easy, I put your mans in a box. Young like TV, JJ and Shocks. I treat my little niggas like fam, not a boss. All my man them are hot, but your man them are wash. Beat couple shots and you ran to the cops. Big 4-5 they couldn't handle the shock. I talk about that handgun a lot, but that one collar man handles a lot. All the black gang fam I handled a lot. Me and Foss bagging up grams at the spot. Shots in my grind gear, jumped in my vehicle, all gassed up, now I'ma slang me a rock. Collar man handles his job. Beds on the ground, helicopters on top. Beautiful women want a dot to my cop. A beautiful woman wouldn't stop getting caught.
Gigski kicking it off. Performing the ceremonial metaphorical bottled into the OSCFM19 boat, if you like. Gigs there. Talking the hardest, as always. Hope you're having a good time. Could be anywhere. You could be running a marathon. And this episode will be about 30 minutes. So if you are running a marathon, I'll get some backup material as well, because I'm not sure anyone's run a marathon in half an hour. But no, that's what we're going for. 30 mins. And I've made a playlist this week. I often do make a playlist. And honestly, the tunes you are gonna listen to are great. They're beautiful. However, the fundamental flaw about the playlist is, Spotify tells you how long all the songs together will add up to. this one, the OSCFM demo playlist, public playlist, by the way, if you wanna search it out. All the songs add up to 29 minutes 34 seconds, and I reckon I've already done that. I've already exceeded that quota of 26 seconds to keep it tight, you know. So they're all great songs, but yeah, some might get cut. However, you know, it's a cutthroat business. Speaking of, no, they don't. None of these have a pun there. That'd be good. If you haven't heard of OSCFM before, here we go. I'll tell you about it. It's a little bit, but it's very audio based. OSCFM. It's a little radio show that I do. Me and a microphone, and off of my laptop, sometimes my computer. They both run OBS, so it's a moot point. And part of the idea is I want to keep it pretty unplanned, sort of mostly unplanned. However, I've also realised it is kind of impossible to make it 100% unplanned, because that would mean, well, the only way that would happen is that somebody kind of surprised me with a live mic, you know, from out of a bush or something, and then, yeah, that would be the only way for it to be completely unplanned. And I quite like it. Speaking of, this is a good speaking of, I also quite like this. Punk playing at my house. This is definitely a headbanger. Maybe not banger, bobber. Boba Fett. That was Daft Punk is Playing at My House by Slaves, originally performed by, of course, LCD Sound System. That was performed at Live Lounge, also a staple of the BBC Radio 1. Absolutely love it. I flog the CDs of, Ed Sheeran singing, like Nirvana, and, Kanye West chirping along to, Adele, and like Doja Cat singing a Lewis Capaldi song, and Slaves doing that. So yeah, let's get to business. Where am I? I'm in my bedroom. Is it just me? Yes. That's fine. I like that. If anything, I've done OSCFMs with other people and they are good. However, there's something inbuilt about doing this show kind of on my own, there's normally a factor. There's normally I'm slightly distracted. I'm kind of, scraping a barrel, if you like. This time I'm slightly tired. Not gonna lie, the day kind of went, and before you know it, it's 21 past 1 at the moment for me. Probably different for you. But there's something nice about being tired. I've got a little theory that being tired was the kind of original natural high, or unnatural, well, sort of unnatural, but high is the main word here. I just feel like everyone gets a bit loopy when they're tired. They're not themselves. Especially me. Although I am myself, because this is my demo, and this is quite a good indicator of what OSCFM is about. It's about me and the tunes. I've also got my LED light system set up. Obviously, no use to you, audio based, but through the power of my voice, I can describe it. It's hanging and it's on, and I've put it on fade mode. You can tamper about with it, it's got like a remote, and you can set the speed of how it moves to a different colour. Like for now it's purple, into red and yellow, into green, we're there, blue, light blue, dark blue, purple again. So yeah, it's not the slowest fade, but it kind of feels like a, plodding nightclub here, if you like. Here's a song that you wouldn't find in a plodding nightclub. Now, strap yourself in. This is a thumper, okay? It's called Metallic Taste by Show Me the Body. Listener discretion is advised for this one.
Bad town burned down out of sight. New rent gets spent, no wrong or right. Roll around the blue lights, you could see melting ice. Neighbors found them leaking out the other night. Could've hit him when he tried to write. Pig Billy Club or the lead pipe. Grow out in the east, learn to eat and fight. Reading sight, that stairs that keep me up at night. Trying to roll away. New space, new blade, it's the same thing. Happy like it did out in Rockaway. I still say when I hit the grave, sailors moving on this next wave. The next
That was Metallic Taste by Show Me the Body. Actually not as heavy as I remembered it to be, so I might take away that discretion that I advised earlier. But, you know, some of their other songs, rock and roll doesn't even cover it. I mean, they probably don't describe themselves as rock and roll anymore. Maybe like thrash or like punk. Everything's kind of punk, isn't it? Hey, this show's pretty punk, you know? It's all punk. Anyone heard of, what was it? Chamber Psych? Chamber Psych. That's what Spotify, probably the only way I listen to music, describes my genre taste of. As. Anyway, that was Show Me the Body. I like them. We're creeping into the 1 hour 27 mark. And honestly, it is getting quite loose here. I feel like I've, eaten a leaf or something. You really don't think straight when you're tired. This is what OSCFM's all about. But like when you first wake up, when anyone first wakes up, you really can catch yourself doing some mad stuff. I mean, the classic sort of pouring a coffee over yourself. Now that is a silly decision. I'd never do that. If I was awake. The way I am, fully awake. Or like, pressing a snooze button when you got things to do. Pretty relatable. When I do OSCFMs, I've been getting a bit more thinky about it in the kind of in how I make them, because it does feel feels quite natural to talk to myself for about hours. I'm not quite sure why, but it's good. Anyway, it kind of brings me back to your Terry Wogans, your Chris Moyles, and your Paula Grady. Brings you back to them, and a piece of advice that they all sort of chime out every now and then is imagine you're talking to someone, or it's not quite that. It's sort of pretend you're having a conversation and only try and entertain that person. Something along those lines. So, not only are you now performing the role of actual person that's listening to this, you're also psychologically and spiritually the actual intended audience, which is pretty cool. But yeah, Show Me the Body. Whew. What a name. Right, here's Young Thug.
I can see that bullshit from a mile away. See it. You can step my money about a mile away. Stack it. I got 3 white bitches like it's powder day. What? Mink coat with them rolls like a Sharpay. And all of my bitches says they call them Barbies. She looking back like I'm flexing, baby, no way. And lately I've been on we that juice. Me a chick, I got a chick. Yeah, I done got me a chick, I got a chick. Yeah, I done got me a chick, I got a chick. Yeah, I done got me a chick, I got a chick. Yeah. Money, I got money, I need rings. Money in my pants, I got money, I gon' change. 20, 50, 100, 500 million, man. 800 double streaming, reading, Gucci, man. If I need some rats, I'ma flip me some packs. I talk like I want it, she don't say nothing back. If cops pull up, I put that crack in my crack. Or I put that brack in my brack. Call Lil' Shorty, made her fuck on my brody. If you don't owe me, bitch, still act like you owe me. I promise I won't ever quit, bitch, I'm Kobe. And I will that white, you can snow me. Snow that young thug, I will be that bitch that you know me, young thug. Yeah, she shining like like butter. The bitch from Chicago, I call her Young Cutler. Leave it to people, I pull up in Billy's with London, they all wanna meet. Yeah, they all wanna agree on they put out their pants and they all wanna eat them. No, they won't tease on that dick, they won't read on that dick, they won't leash on that dick. Don't Felicia that dick, mama see to that dick, they won't snitch on that dick. And she screaming loud, she can't secret that dick. Mama a beast on that dick, if she bad, I'ma go in 4 season that bitch. What? Eat that little bitch, I'ma feast that little bitch. Got me a chick, I got a chick. Yeah, I done got me a chick, I got a chick. Yeah, I done got me a chick, I got a chick. Yeah, I done got me a chick, I got a chick. Yeah, money on my baby, I got money on my brain. Money in my pants, I got money, I gon' change. 20, 50, 100, 500 million, man. Baby, I'm a double streaming, bleeding, switching back, yeah. Bitch, I'm amigo, I play with Kilo. When I put ice on, I am Sub-Zero. All of my niggas, they hard, call them Beatles. Niggas was fake, so I kept me a Ruger and Regal. Dropping the top on the Bentley, I'm with the Birdman, yeah, the Eagle. Eat out my mind, man, I'm chewing out, I don't know none of these people. Let my little shawty go get me a 4 and bring back me a lead. Yes, I got dress on, not worry about that, they know they.
I think these lights are hypnotizing me. Hypnosis special. Apologies to Young Thug for talking over this, but time is getting pretty tight. But then again, isn't time always tight? Nah, just probably a bit disrespectful. It's alright to play a song from someone who's like, you know, probably gonna go to jail, right? That's alright, isn't it? Pretty sure it's fine. Anyway, here's George Michael. I've never played George Michael. Not because of his... I'm not even sure if he's been alright. I think we're just being a bit harsh to George Michael there, but... Sure, I'll play George Michael at one point. Just, not today. You're listening to OSCFM19. With me, Oscar. And you, the listener. I've definitely said that before. Welcome, listener. Hope you're enjoying. I'm now, and I've got no segue for this, but I'm now going to talk about sumo. Because it's one of the sports that I just love. And it's a bit rogue. But it's just amazing. It's like, if you boil it down to the sport of sumo, like, it's just two massive people kind of, either like pushing, or like, well, mainly pushing, maybe like grabbing them by their uniform, which just so happens to be like, I don't know, reinforced underwear. Probably the boldest of all of the, you know, sport uniforms kit. Imagine forgetting your kit at sumo practice. I'd probably just wear it to the gym. So you've already got two massive people, and then you've got a little ref who I think they picked the small refs on purpose, to be honest, because the wrestlers are, you know, 6 foot and like as wide as a smart car, and the ref is decked out in like a sort of flowy robe and a big hat, really getting involved. Like, if the sumo boys rebelled, it'd be game over for the ref. But it's not pure aggression. It's not like, You know, they haven't just woken up and decided to attack the other big person. It's an actual sport. Which brings me on to my other point. They're not fat. They're pure athletes. Whereas instead of getting as lean as possible, as fast as possible, they've built themselves up to be unstoppable forces. How cool is that? Like they could run into a wall and the wall would break. This is what the level of athlete we're talking about. And also, these guys are masters of the art of wrestling. With like a sort of flick of the shoulder, they could fling anyone. They don't even have to be big, because, you know, the other guys are big. Even the small guys are big. But they could, like, I love sumo. Also, the fact that the stage is often a square, a big square, which in it has a circle, which is a bit complicated. Basically, if you go out the circle, you lose. But then you could also fall out the square, of which there's about often a sort of 3-foot drop. And on that lower level, yeah, that's all the audience. The audience kind of sits there. So there's a bit of danger there as well. It's like when, you know, football players are warming up and they just decide to... Well, they don't decide to. They try to score often. They just pelt it at a poor fan. I think I'd take the ball over, you know, getting flattened by a sumo wrestler. I love sumo. They have to eat like 4,000 calories a day. And like good food, not like McDonald's, like stews. Stews. 4,000 calories from a stew. Yeah, I don't think it's for me though. The sumo, not stews. I could smash a stew. Maybe not 4,000 calories of them. Anyway, that's broadly what I like about sumo. There'll be more OSCFM soon. And it's on this note that I will bid you goodbye. So goodbye